No, you're not. You're not watching if you're
I'm
here.
watching myself do things.
Tom enjoys watching himself.
I get a
Okay, that
kink out
sounds.
of that. That's my kink.
I was gonna say that sounds a little. Hey,
I'm like,
look.
I'm like Patrick Bateman looking at himself in the mirror. Just like,
Whatever gets you through the day, whatever gets you through the night. No judgment. No judgment.
hey, no judgment here.
Yes, we are out of Jersey. Oh, never mind. It says that in the chat. Tig has that taken care of.
Yeah, I saw that pop
So,
up.
Tom, I wanted to make a recommendation to you because I know damn well Tig did not pass it on
Oh,
when
make
I
a
asked him
recommendation. Do
to.
it. Do it.
You may already be familiar with it, but if you're not familiar with it, then I'm going to make the recommendation. Are you familiar with Wonder Draft?
Wonder Draft. No.
I'll have.
Okay,
Wait,
so
wait, 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 wait. Buh.
what?
I did pass this on to Tom. I sent him the link about the map building thing.
Oh, that's what. Yeah. No. Okay.
How
Yeah.
dare
No. I
you?
saw about that.
Okay,
I forgot
okay,
about that.
okay. Very good, very good. Very good.
Oh yeah. No. Me and Tig had a discussion because I said I like to just build my own, like out of Photoshop using no tools. Like I just draw my own. I
Well,
think
I
it's
mean,
really cool. I think that program is really cool because the stuff you can
I,
do with it is amazing.
I mean, typically I've always hand drawn mine. I have, binders filled with hand drawn maps
Yeah.
and stuff like that. And in the past, I would sometimes take them and scan them in to Photoshop and then, color them and stuff like that. But this is just, it's such a wonderfully powerful tool that's like super easy to use. Though you can get into more in-depth stuff. Like I started playing around with color gradients and layers and opaque layers and stuff like that in order to get these nice terrain great, the gradients of and the terrain and stuff like that. And there you go. Look, he's giving us
Look
pictures.
at
That's
that.
that's what I was working on for a while. But like, this is like a day's worth of work. But like, I was trying to do details of my own cities down there. See,
Right.
I was drawing my own cities. I was drawing my own farms and stuff. It takes so long to do it manually.
Oh yeah, it takes forever. But Wonder Draft makes it work so like quickly and easily. What I did today, and I showed Tig some of these earlier on. I started to make a map based on this fantasy world that I had created, like when I was like 12.
Yeah,
Um, and and at first I just manually did it in the software just by eyeballing, I was eyeballing my paper maps. But the scale got distorted and distances weren't lining up quite right. So I was like, you know what? I need to. I put loads of work into the first set, but I was like, I need to start over because it has to be right. Damn it, it has to be right. So I scanned in my hand drawn maps and did them as like an overlay in WonderDraft, and then traced out
oh,
all
that's cool.
the coastlines and geographical features and water features and stuff like that directly from the actual hand drawn maps. So it's a 1-to-1 perfect match now. And then I pull the overlay off, and then I can start like detailing it and stuff like that.
It looks pretty
It's
amazing. He sent me some of the pictures. It's pretty awesome.
it one of the features that I find that is really cool about this, right? Let's say you draw your map on a continent scale. You can then take that and let's say zoom into a section and scale it up to the size of because it's rather than being like a pixel by pixel thing,
Yeah,
they're like little bits of, I guess you can call it clip art or whatever. So you can zoom in on that section, scale it up to the size of your continent map so that you can then go in and like have a detail map of that particular area, and it perfectly scales everything so that if in one map your scale is 100 miles per inch, your other map your scale is 20 miles per inch, everything is like the scales match.
that's perfect for not only gaming, but like I know when I'm writing books, I draw a map of the world I'm writing first,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
Oh
because I
yeah,
want
of
to know where
course.
everything is. And I would love to have like a map design in a book I write, just because
uh, yeah,
who
absolutely.
doesn't?
The Yeah, like 'cause when I dig making maps. I think all three of us do, right? It's a thing that we
I
enjoy.
could do this. It's kindergarten
Oh,
easily.
yeah, absolutely. And one of the things I like about making maps, certainly like the way my head works when I'm doing it, is I feel like making a map is a form of storytelling in and
Hmm.
of itself. Because as you're drawing things and you're placing these locations and you're giving them names, especially when you give something a name, well, there's got to be a reason for that name. It's not, unless it's one of these generic sort of names like, oh, these are the Black Mountains,
Yeah,
but if you give it like a more specific name, then well, then there's got to be a reason for that. Like if it's Joe Blow's Peak. Okay, well, who is Joe Blow? Why is it named after Joe Blow? And then okay, that's usually people name things after either like great rulers or like people from mythology. So is like Joe Blow somebody a god in this world, or is he an ancient king? And if so, like stuff like that.
Dude, you're right on the money right now because like I'm looking at the map I was drawing and like all the landmarks I was making, and I have like this island that was home to like a tomb to this like order of priests that were alive. And this whole
Hmm.
island is dedicated to this tomb, and then you have a port named after the tomb that's right beside this island, and like you have a roadway that's called like the road of that priest. It's,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
just amazing how like all those things you said tie exactly into map making, and it's all about storytelling. It's so true.
Well, like 'cause when I first start and write, and I'm like thinking about the world geography and all that, I actually try to take cues from like real world logic,
Hmm.
and usually it's just like basic stuff, rivers source in mountains and flow out to the sea, and then you think, well, human beings usually tend to the great cities tend to be port cities or on major waterways and rivers, and civilizations gather around there. So as you draw the landscape, and just based on kind of that, you can see like, oh well, this is where like a civilization would end up being created, and then you kind of like think through, well then how did that situation like civilization get created, like, and then, so as you're drawing the map, the history of these places starts to come to life. And then like we were just talking about, once you start giving names to things too, like you're writing a story as you make the map.
Yeah.
And that's to me is so much fun.
I just want to say all this map talk has transferred into the comment sections, and now everybody's talking about how they used to draw maps and
Excellent,
failed
I
at
love that.
maps.
Yeah, it's I love doing it. So yeah, what you're doing right now is coming out good so far,
Yeah,
Tom.
like
Yeah, yeah.
like there's like my island with the tomb on it. I got my port city.
Yeah, that's cool
I
though.
got
Yeah.
like this forest, all the rivers on it.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I love map making so much. It's so much fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. There have been times when I've like just sort of idly sketched or doodled a map, and then in making the map, realized like, oh, okay, I have a like story for here now, and
Hmm.
then would like write a short story or something that really stems from like began with creating that map.
I think
Um,
with video games too. I think that's what I was most obsessed with when you got the game itself, opening up and finding the maps inside the boxes and everything.
oh
I
yeah,
would stare at
yeah,
those for hours, not even play the
yeah,
game, just examine the map completely. Like, oh, can't wait to go to there. Oh, what's that? Are we ever gonna go there in the game? Oh, what's
yeah.
that? It's just
I'm
so
actually
good.
glad you bring up the video games in that, because I always found that any game that has like a map making feature as part of it,
Hmm.
I instantly gravitate towards that.
Yeah,
Remember, Heroes of Might and Magic 2
yeah. Hmm.
had that where you can make your own map. Um, and one of the very first things I did, I was like, "Oh my god, you can make your own map in this game! This is incredible!" And I instantly like pulled out my binders of my old fantasy world from when I was a kid, and made like that world in like as best as I could within Heroes of Might and
Yeah.
Magic 2, so then that I could like play the game through my world. Um, you give me a game where you can like make maps and stuff like that, I'm gonna be doing it every time.
Every time.
That's
60% of
right.
the time, it works 100% of the time.
You
You should
got
you
it.
should have a stream where you guys are just drawing your maps for like 3 hours.
That's going to be our
I gotta
next
say,
stream.
I'm just seeing it now because I haven't looked um at the screen until now, but it looks like Chig's giving you center stage here.
Oh, well, that's
You take
because Tom's gonna be gaming, so I figured he needs to.
'Cause I'm the best.
We're not gonna see Tom in five
Hey, you won't
minutes
see me
anymore.
soon, so
It's just gonna be a giant game screen.
yeah,
King Dinosaur mentions taking graph paper from school to draw maps.
yeah,
Hell
I
yeah.
did that. I took like look, there's whole reams of graph paper from school just to build maps.
Yes. I remember from my graphic arts class, and I actually still, believe it or not, and this is from my high school days, so that was a pretty long time ago. I got from my graphic arts class, and it's around here somewhere, I think it was 11 by 18 pad of not hex paper, graph paper,
Hmm.
at like I think it was 11 by 17, so they were huge sheets. And boy, I had like a lot of fun with that because you can make giant, giant dungeon maps and stuff like that. And
Right.
like on with the hex paper, sometimes it'd be fun to you'd make like a level dungeon, but you leave the sheets all in place so that you can
Yeah.
like stack
Yeah. Yeah.
the levels.
Side note: when we're done, Eric, send me your. I want to see your map, how it looks with that program, because I want to try using it just to see what I could develop with it outside of Photoshop. So.
Okay. Yeah. I'll send you. I was telling Tig earlier. I started the one and visually it was looking nice, but like the distortion wasn't great. So I can show you like that, so you can see visually what it looks like. And then I also have one that I just today, like where I basically traced my hand drawn thing into the software, and so you could see like that early stage of it, which now I'm going to go in and then paint with details and stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah, so the same people who make Wonder Draft make something, I believe it's called Dungeon Draft, and it's the same thing, but obviously it's for dungeons and keeps and castles and stuff like that. I think you can also use Dungeon Draft for like town settings and stuff like
Oh,
that
okay.
too.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which is kind. I mean, I don't have a super big need for that because I'm not running any games anytime soon. Though, so I grabbed the world building one though because I love making overland maps and world maps and stuff like that. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a whirl.
Yeah, you should. It's fun to play with.
I feel like I'll go down a rabbit hole though. Once
Yeah,
I
you
start drawing
will.
a map, I won't stop till it's done.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you definitely will. I was up till like 3 in the morning last night working on one of mine. It's because it's fun. Like once you get a hang for the software, it's really fun to use, and it's surprisingly robust. It's more powerful than it seems on the surface. You would think that it's just a matter of like you're dropping icons that because you literally, if you want a mountain range, you select like the type of mountain that you want, and you paint it like a
Yeah.
brush. And it drops the mountains in, but like with mountains and trees and stuff, it'll slightly randomize the look and shape of them all.
That's
So
cool.
so it's not
That's
just
cool.
this uniform thing. But then when you get in with like the land paint brushes, you can take like the brush and just like sweep color across it all and paint it all one color, or you can set it so that the brush will only paint the mountains or only paint the land behind the mountains. And you could change how opaque the brush is, so you can start like feathering in layers of color, or if you really want to, you can. It's pretty good. I'm thinking about getting the other one too, the dungeon draft. But this one, so I'm having.
I know that Eric's. I know you like you.
I
no
think
doubt
Dungeon Draft I might want it more than map drafting right now. So
Well, because if you run games, so it would be more useful to you
well,
in that
even
respect.
the kids book I'm writing now is about a kid who wants to be a dungeon builder. So
Oh, that's cool.
I want an actual program that would help me design maps because it helped me with the ideas he's making in the book. So that actually could correlate. So I might actually look at that one too.
Yeah, Dungeon Draft is the other one by the same people. And for anyone watching who didn't catch the beginning of that, the software that I'm talking about is called Wonder Draft. It's $30, no subscription. It's a one time purchase.
And that's a hell of
Um,
a deal, $30. So.
Yeah.
it's at first I balked because I was like, can I justify spending $30? For basically it's just me dicking around. I'm not even using it for
Yeah.
gaming or anything. At least not in the moment. But when I saw their preview video, I was like, all right, let me drop the 30. And now I don't regret it at all. It's totally worth the 30. Dungeon Draft is cheaper. Dungeon Draft is only 20.
Yeah,
So
it's cool.
go check them out, peeps. And it's like only a one-time payment. Unlike I was looking at World Anvil, which is basically like I guess it's kind of like you're like a world building wiki kind of thing that you can use either if you're world building for something that you're writing, like a book or something, or if you're world building for gaming. It has all these gaming features and stuff too. And at first, like when I heard about it and I saw some people like showing what it could do, I was excited about it. And then I went to go check on it. And one, it's online only, so fuck that.
That's
And
already a
two,
turn
and,
off.
and two, it's a subscription. It's
No,
not like a one-time purchase. And I'm like, nope. Nope.
no,
I'm
thank
sure
you.
you're nice people, like, because I think it's just like one guy and his wife who develop it. But nah, you can take
Yeah.
that subscription model and stuff it right up your rear end. Not happening.
They're asking me to for us to type the site in the chat, so I'm gonna get it and.
Yeah,
They should,
definitely
they
do
should
that.
sponsor you now.
Yeah. What's it called again? Wonder.
Wonder Draft. Wonder Draft. You know, we were talking about maps before, and Tig, actually, this one you would enjoy too. Though there's the sad ending. There's a slightly sad ending. We had to do a book project in, I think it was like 6th grade or something like that. I think that's roughly around there. And we had to do something that was like visual, like it was like a presentation or something. I don't remember exactly what the parameters were, but anyway, the bottom line is I took the map in the Hobbit. It's in the Hobbit book of that whole section of it, and I got one of those big rollout. You remember from school the big rollout paper?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. It's like butcher paper almost.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got one of them and I rolled this sucker out till it was probably, I think this thing was probably 3.5 to 4 feet wide, and however tall those things are, and I hand drew in meticulous detail the whole Hobbit
Oh my
map.
God.
It's huge. It was huge, and it looked so cool. I have no idea whatever happened to it. I would if I I wish I still had that to this day, because I would definitely have that up on a wall. Actually, that reminds me of something too.
Oh boy.
We're talking about maps. I think I still have that thing up here. Hold on. Something else.
He's going searching.
So again,
Map talk. See what happens when you come on, Tom? We get into these kind of discussions.
I don't mind talking about maps. I want
No,
to be drawing
it's actually
maps now.
when Eric sent me the link, I swear I literally went and checked it and bought it immediately because I was like, it's almost too easy to use. Like he was saying, when you're building like a island or something, you know, all the water lines and everything are automatically. It's just very well done.
It angers me too though, because I feel like everything I've been doing on
I know.
my map that took so freaking
That's
long.
that's true.
Gets
though.
so
For someone
easy.
like you who spent all your time doing it, I could get it
Like
done
that
in
took me
5
hours
seconds.
to get just that layout done.
Yeah. It's very easy. It's real easy to use. It's just a lot of fun to mess with. And there's all these sites where people add their own texture packs and stuff, so you can
I like that. That's
yeah,
cool.
so you can just download for free their texture packs and just add them to the app and just, you know, have different trees and space themed and all that stuff. It's really cool. Scary Marilyn wants to know if you have a ghost.
Me?
Yeah, maybe there's a ghost in your house somewhere.
Why?
She said something is making movement shadows on the kitchen door.
Oh, that's my wife. She's walking around the kitchen. At least I think she is.
It's what you're hoping. Chicken
Caddy?
Dynasty. Chicken Dynasty wants to know
Yeah,
if it's cat.
she's moving around there.
Okay.
I don't know what she's doing though. I do have a ghost in this house though.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, somebody died in there, or ancient
I
burial
murdered
grounds.
I murdered them. That's
Oh, that's how you got the house.
okay. Exactly. That's how I got this house. Killed the owners.
Oh well, I couldn't find what I was looking.
Ah.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Disappointed.
Yes, Tom is married to a ghost. Chicken Dynasty.
I'm married to the dead body I mutilated.
Ghost wife.
Ghost wife.
Well, the reason Tom's mug is taking up the vast majority of the. Oh, the lights just went out in your kitchen.
What the hell's going on?
Now it looks like the depths of hell back there.
Yeah. Now, if you see something back there, please let me know. 'Cause I don't know what that
The reason Tom's front and center on this is because he's gonna play some games, and me and Eric are gonna.
Alright, I'll load the first game up so you guys won't have to look at me
Okay.
anymore.
Well,
I guess I should.
You know. I'm not
I guess I should
complaining.
plug in this laptop.
Do you want Nintendo, Genesis, or Super Nintendo?
Genesis.
Say you can't ask those kind of questions with Eric. He's very biased.
Look. It's not only just that I'm biased, and to be clear, I am biased. But I mean, seriously, come on, Nintendo had their time already.
I only have 2 Genesis games to play, but whatever. We'll start it with. Let me see if I get it.
What's he gonna choose? Are we going with the theme? Okay, so yeah, the theme of this was movie, games based off of movies.
Can you guys hear it? Can you hear the game?
Yep.
All right, just making sure you can hear it, because at one time I did it, you guys couldn't hear the game, so.
At least it sounded like it. Yeah.
Oh, that's super loud.
Is it?
It is, yeah.
Let me lower the volume.
You know what? I'm not even lying about this. This is 100% true. I was playing this earlier today.
Really?
You weren't.
I swear to God.
How would I know that? That's insane.
I happen to be I wanted to check on some of my emulators for like some. I was just checking on some stuff in Launchbox where I have all my emulators, and I was like, let me like play some random games before I do that. So I played this. I played some Dynamite Duke.
Oh yeah.
Which was bad. Rambo 3 I always did like. On the 2600 I played Atlantis, which I don't know that I remember that one, but that was really good.
Huh.
Atlantis on the 2600, right? You've got you have these three like sort of cannons at the bottom of the screen, sort of missile command style, right? One in the middle, one and then one on either side. The one in the middle shoots straight up, and the one on either side shoot diagonally across the screen. And then you have like some underwater structures or something like that. That I guess is Atlantis. I guess you're trying to protect it. And there's all these ships that are flying back and forth up above. Sometimes that'll shoot down and blow up your cannons or blow things up.
I'll have to like check it out on YouTube later.
The neat part about it is that right, so you just fire the middle cannon with just a button, or if you press the controller right, you're firing the right cannon, or left, you're firing the left cannon. So it's just like going back and forth between the cannons, like trying to blast all these things, and it was pretty decent.
Huh. Interessante.
I'd say it's probably in one of the top 5 video games of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time. It's right up there with that Olsen Twins game that was on Game Boy Advance.
I mean, anything the Olsen Twins did.
Anything Olsen Twins amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely so.
Chicken Dynasty said it's Rambo, so it has to be loud. So you might want to turn the volume up.
Volume up? Wasn't it really loud though?
No, it was super loud. You didn't need to turn it off.
Yeah, is it off completely?
No, I have it off completely now because I'm trying to figure out how to lower it a little bit.
Jesus. Tangy Pop said RoboCop vs Terminator on Genesis was cool.
Oh, I don't think I've ever played that one.
No.
So you're talking about movie tie-in games?
Movie tie-in games. Holy
Jesus!
I don't know.
Right.
It's driving me nuts.
My God, it's feast or famine with this guy.
Where the hell do you adjust the volume on Discord?
What is happening? Oh, you know what, Tom?
What's happening?
Go to your sound settings on your actual computer, because when Discord is opened, it's actually under that. You know what I mean?
No, but there's an option in Discord to prevent me from. Hold on, I'm gonna stop streaming this and then. Oh wait, here we go. How about now? How's it now?
I'd say that's improved.
How about now? Let me.
That's better.
Better?
Yes.
Better? Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
I think, right?
I don't know. You anybody watching? Let us know how the sound is on the Rambo 3 game. If it's too obnoxious or not. Rambo 3.
All right. Should I try it?
Go for it.
I'm gonna lower the volume. I'm gonna increase the volume for you guys.
Well, this is some exciting stuff right here. I mean, boy, we're nailing it.
Tom's a master of this. Look at that. Look at those graphics. Oh boy.
These sound effects are terrible.
You need to
they're fantastic. Didn't that, is he Rambo? Not that Rambo was particularly grounded either, but I remember it was Rambo 3 where it lost me. Like even as a kid, where I was like, he's fighting the whole Afghanistan army.
The
like,
freedom fighters.
As
Like,
well
this
he
is-
should be.
this is too much. It's too much.
It's too
I can't,
much for me now. I can't handle
my
it.
man, my brain can't process it, and I haven't seen any of them since. Any like the right because there's at least like 3 more since then.
Yeah, and they made a new one just I want to say 3 years ago, but it's probably been 7 at this point. I don't remember.
They just blow up the car with a bow and arrow. Oh, it's a bomb bow and arrow.
Yeah, I think in the most recent one, he goes to like his daughter or something, or somebody gets like abducted by the Mexican cartels, so he's going down to like blow up the cartels, something like that.
Is that what? That sounds right. This game looks awful.
What? No,
Rambo-
it's classic.
Chicken Dynasty said it's Rambo in Space is the newest one.
It died already? Okay, that was
Rambo
quick.
in Space. Did you ever play this, Tom?
Oh. How do you know what it's doing?
Dark Samurai said his niece. That's who he was going after, his niece.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I haven't seen them. I did.
This game is crap!
I did grab them, so they're available to me.
Right,
If
if you're feeling like watching.
If I'm like, you know what, it's time to do a Rambo marathon.
You know,
I just
Start all the
bought
way
for
from
some
First
reason
Blood.
that just comes up in the next month of lockdown, you decide.
You never know, crazy shit comes up.
I know. You joke now.
You know, doing this while there's a game playing is really strange and distracting.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have to just... Tom, maybe you should just cut it off and we'll just chat.
Did I? I don't care.
Eric can't handle doing these two things at once. It's too much.
Eric can't multitask right now?
No.
That's like
It's
super distracting.
It's above
What
his
if I play a
pay
different
grade.
game?
Play Echo the Dolphin. That has like real chill music and sound effects. That's like a chill game. Until you get like, oh my god, Moonwalker. I remember this one.
This game's great.
This one,
Michael
that
Jackson
actually,
rescuing kids.
I think it was like considered like a legitimately good game.
Yeah, it was actually pretty good.
Hey,
For a Michael Jackson game.
hey,
It was
Tom,
like the oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to say that Craig wants to know why you're so good at Nintendo games and so bad at Genesis games.
Because I hate Genesis.
Yeah.
What do I do? I just dance. This game's just about dancing.
Look at that.
Did you have this, Eric?
I did actually, yeah.
Okay. I remember this game.
Or I either had it or long term from the
Yeah,
video
but-
store.
Right.
So for anyone who's watching, what a video store is, they used to be places where you could go and you can rent, you can pay to get access to something for a few days. You would watch a movie. The movies came on these little black rectangles called VHS tapes that you would stick in. They were giant, and you would stick them into the VHS player, the VCR. And that's how people used to watch movies.
Do you remember? Uh-oh, I disappeared. Do you remember the stress that used to come with renting a game at a video store and
Oh God.
knowing you
Yeah.
had to return it and wanting, like, you're like, I don't want to have to rent it again. Like, I have to bring it back, so I'm not gonna beat it. That was like
Yeah,
stressful times.
The last store that I used to rent from actually had formed. I feel like I need to get on the mic so I can like talk over this shit.
No, we can hear you.
I hear you.
They actually like developed like a what would you call it, like a club or a plan or something specifically for video games.
Oh
where
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you would pay like X dollars per month or something like that, and you could like rent for extended periods of time. And I don't remember exactly how it worked. I just remember thinking like, this is amazing.
Robin wants to know if Tom's planning on beating the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle for NES.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yes, that is a
I'm gonna
confirmed.
live stream that and I'll beat it. I'll make it happen.
SRVR said you should take us on a tour of the beginnings of start screens of games. That's actually a cool idea for like.
That's a cool idea,
thing.
actually.
Yeah, just all the start
There-
screens.
What?
There's actually channels that's what they do. Is they just post like menus and start screens and stuff
Really?
from games. Yeah. And they'll just have like a montage of just all that.
Huh.
That's like an actual thing.
Yes, Ravenbird. Tom is in fact a smooth criminal, and King Dinosaur is unimpressed with this game. He doesn't even know what the hell's going on.
I'm dancing right now. I don't know what I'm
Jesus.
doing.
You could say that about a lot of things.
Oh, Michael's dead.
He's dead. He got punched in the face and went down.
He went down all right. Oops.
Poor
Did
Michael.
I do that?
What is the object of this game? I don't even understand.
You're rescuing
dance.
kids.
You're-
Yeah, to rescue children
That is
and bring them to Neverland
amazing on so many levels.
and hire the sucker right here.
He rescues kids.
No, you really do. I think you really do rescue kids in this game.
Dear God.
You okay, Annie? Are you okay? Are you...
I'm a little disappointed in the music in the game, considering it's a Michael Jackson game.
What's to be disappointed about? That's great. It's fucking
Criminal.
Smooth Criminal on the Genesis.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What do you?
I don't know,
Smooth
man.
criminal?
I don't know.
Where'd I go?
Doesn't sound.
No,
too
so I
good.
want to know who's been keeping up with the last couple episodes of the Clone Wars, because they've been off the hook.
Nah, I'm gonna binge it when they're done. Don't tell me about it.
Oh my God, the last two episodes have been so effing good.
Yeah.
Like some of the best.
I
Star
hear
Wars-
it's really good. Yeah.
Some of the best Star Wars ever created. These last two episodes are just absolutely outstanding. The only thing I'll say, I won't spoil anything except for this one thing, just because this is interesting. It actually takes place concurrent with Revenge of the Sith. So it's
Really?
like,
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
So the story is taking place alongside the movie, and there are indications that tell you, like, as the episodes are going on, there are some indications which I won't mention what they are, but that tell you where you are sort of in relation to the movie. So what I'm really curious about, and I don't know if this is going to happen, is if we're going to see Order 66 executed in the show too.
You think so?
I don't know, but that would be heartbreaking, because then we'd see, like, Captain Rex and the other clones that you've come to like through the show. You're gonna see them like flip and start killing Jedi.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
What was this on?
This is Super Nintendo.
Jesus Christ.
That's why Super Nintendo was the worst system.
This was a major money grab, it looks like. This looks terrible.
Okay, so movie tie-in games. What name like one of the best or favorites of all movie tie-in games?
One of the best?
The Lord of the Rings games are really good.
Which ones? There were quite a few.
The Three Kings, the Return of the Kings one was really good.
Oh, they were like they weren't quite side-scrolling, but yeah, like the third-person action games.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
Yeah, those like PS2 and everything. They're really good.
Yeah, they weren't bad. What about what do you call it? The Riddick game.
Oh, the Chronicles of Riddick game. I played
Yeah.
that. That was actually pretty good.
That one was really good.
Are we counting arcades?
Yeah.
The Terminator 2 game was really good.
The shooter games.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that was a gun game, right? Yeah. Yeah, they were actually. They were good. They were good gun games. Now.
Yeah, the Alien game was good. That shooter game too.
Oh, and actually, all right. I don't know if this counts, because it's a movie franchise tie-in, but it isn't actually like of the movie. But maybe my favorite, if it counts, would be maybe all time, even though it's recent, is Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation is. I was just playing that the other day. I got Catherine
Oh.
to watch it. That game is the scariest freaking game.
Hell yeah!
It has you on the edge of your seat, just waiting to die. because you know it's gonna happen. It just always happens, no matter how many often you play it.
Oh my god, it is so good. And
The
yeah, I
fact
found
that the alien learns while you play is messed up.
yeah. And it doesn't follow there. It's not like most stealth games where you're looking for patterns and
Yeah,
you're
there's no
exploiting the
pattern.
patterns.
There's no pattern at all.
Yeah, it literally just is hunting you throughout the level.
Like one
Take
time I'll
you-
be hiding in a closet, and all of a sudden, okay, it worked this time. Then the next room I do it again, and he's ripping the closet door open and pulling
Yeah.
me out and killing me in a second.
The scariest shit is when you get into when you go like into some air ducts or something in order to maybe duck around a room or something like that, and it ends up in the air ducts with you. You turn
Yes.
around and oh my god, that's like a pants shitting moment.
You have to play that game in VR because guaranteed is so much work. I played it in VR. It is terrifying in VR.
I don't think I can handle it in VR.
You vomit and you cry at the same time.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There's some games mentioned in the chat.
Excellent. Yeah, let's see.
Scary Marilyn said Batman Arkham Asylum.
Good.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a really good game.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh, what
Actually,
did you say?
Damien's mentioned the Empire Strikes Back game for the SNES that was good, and he's right. Those the Super Star Wars games were really good and popular. But actually, the one I like is Empire Strikes Back for the 2600.
I never played that.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, you were in like the snow speeder and you.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
I loved that one. That one was great. Chicken Dynasty, yeah. In Alien Isolation, the alien is hunting you throughout the level, and it learns based on the way you play, so that it will learn to counter you in various ways. It's really devious.
Dark Samurai said the Tron arcade game. I don't remember the Tron arcade game.
You don't remember that one? Yeah.
No.
Well, that's something of a classic. What else we got?
This game is terrible.
What did you think it was gonna be?
like a top-ranking game of all time.
Like this was just. Was this made for the second movie?
Nah, this is the first movie.
All right.
I think. Not like
does it
matters.
matter?
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter.
I know. I'm just wondering, like.
That's what I've noticed about most of the games based on movies. They're all side-scrolling most of the time. They're basic platforming action games. There's nothing to them. The older ones, I mean, like this, they're all like this.
Well,
because usually they were banging them out in a couple of months at most.
Okay, there is actually a good one that I'm gonna play. I'll stop. This is garbage too. I'll stop. This one's actually good.
All right, Tom's pulling up a good one.
Good, because that game was making me mad.
This game I actually owned as a kid, and it was fun. And I like the movie too.
The Goonies game?
No, the Goonies game was
the Goonies
good, though.
RPG?
That was good though.
God, this is the LGN game.
LGNs weren't always bad.
I know, I'm just busting.
This one was good. This one was fun.
True Lies. Never played this one.
No, I never played this.
This one was fun.
Fun movie though.
Never saw it.
Jamie Lee Curtis was hot.
You never saw this movie?
I've seen parts of it, but never from start to finish. Never really had an interest. Even though I like Arnold, just no interest.
It was a fun movie. It didn't take itself so seriously,
This game I rented like 8 times, and then I bought it.
Yeah. Man, those days you gotta rent that shit.
I think that's why I don't want to see True Lies, because it's fun, and I don't like fun.
Yeah, it makes you mad.
I want my movies to be serious and dreary.
Right.
Oh, good little graphic effect there with him walking underneath the rows of what?
The vent? Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like that. Good job, game maker people.
Yes, King Dinosaur in the last game, those were floating bagpipes. I'm not sure what the reference is, but there was floating bagpipes in the Wayne's World game for some reason.
Surprised there's blood in a Super Nintendo game.
J-Mulk said that the game pissed him off. The Alien Isolation game pissed him off so much.
It's tough.
He said it was a good game, but it was just frustrating.
No, yeah, that's absolutely right though. First Alien vs Predator. I don't remember the one from that was on Atari Jaguar. That Alien vs Predator game.
I remember that one.
this game is like, the graphics are actually pretty good in this game. What was this on?
I like this game.
What was this on?
Super Nintendo.
This kind of reminds me of that game you were playing that one time that game.
The zombies, like zombie. It's the style of Zombie and My Neighbors.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like that.
The top-down looking.
Yeah. So weird. I didn't even know this game existed. The fact that they made a game for this movie is a little bit shocking.
Well, if you remember back in the day, like every
movie had a
expected,
game.
every
I
like
guess so.
expected to be popular movie got a game. They shat out in 2 months.
And they had to because like they needed to make money off of it. So
Yeah.
usually most of the games I read, like movie games, they shared the oops, I killed someone. Oops. They shared the code with other companies
right.
to build the games faster if they need to pump out like quick movie games.
Right.
Right. Okay, here's one of the, like, when it comes to great. Now I'm cheating a little bit because this is a television tie-in, not a movie tie-in. But when it comes to all-time great like tie-in games like that, the Telltale Walking Dead game.
Those are really
yeah.
good.
Yeah, you
Those
always, I never ended up playing the whole thing, but I remember us talking about that.
Yeah, the whole and ideally, like, and it actually just came out late last year, a bundle of every one of them all together, remastered and blah blah blah. Like, you know, this nice big package of all of them. And if you play the main story, like the 4 main games all right in a row, it's a really great story with
I'll be right there
great
for a
characters and all that. Yep.
Flamethrower, nice.
Oh, flamethrower.
Whoa, okay. That was a bit much.
He deserved it.
You know what games are actually good that I like for N64 that are based on TV show? The Rugrats games.
Oh, I
That's
remember. Actually, Damien just reminded us in the chat. I totally forgot about this too. There was a Journey game.
Oh yeah, there
Like-
was.
Yeah, Journey had a game. I totally forgot about that.
Journey
That was
the
pretty
band?
bad. Yes.
Journey. What the?
That one is like legendarily bad.
It's a shame how many games are out there and how many of them are truly terrible.
Well, I mean,
They don't really do much in the way of movie tie-in games anymore. Like,
No, they don't.
because you would think, like, back in the day, like with this whole the popularity of the Marvel movies, I mean, you'd be getting, like, back in the day, we'd be getting 2-3 superhero games a year just from the movies, but like they don't even make movie or game adaptations of these movies, which is surprising.
do you think it's because it's too expensive nowadays to pump out a game, where back then it didn't cost as much because they pumped out?
If
things
anything,
for
it's
those?
probably cheaper now.
Yeah, you think
Oh, I don't
so?
know. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think because, like,
No,
in
it's
order,
cheaper in terms of the people who make the games are underpaid as fuck now. So
right, but the thing is, like, the budget for something like this, like what you're playing, is going to be no different than the budget for any other, like, platformer or, you know, blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah.
They're like back then there wasn't a huge gulf between what would have been like the AAA games of the time and like the budget games of the time. Whereas now, if you're going to make a movie or a game after something like the Avengers or something, that's going to need to be a big budget game. You can't just crap it out in like a couple months anyway, because the game development cycle takes longer, and it's going to be expensive if you wanted to like have the polish that you would expect from such a big franchise.
Yeah, I think that's what I assumed. It would just be too expensive. People would immediately just not play it if it was like they would expect it to be good.
Yeah, it's got to be like a top shelf game. I mean, you notice that there's been like up until Fallen Order, there was a dry spell of Star Wars games for a number of years.
Right.
But, because it takes so long and so expensive to put one of these big budget games together.
that's also because the Star Wars games were all about pumping out DLC that was paid all the time. So EA ruined it until they
Yeah.
came out with Fallen Order.
It's funny
If
because
you ever- Fallen Order was great too. So
Damien and Scary Marilyn said both the same thing, but it's true. It's that movies are now based off of games instead. It's like the reverse now.
yeah, it is a reverse.
has come full
Yeah, I would.
circle.
Yeah, and I think one of the other things that probably plays a role is that um like the whole spoiler issue. A lot of these the especially for the geek franchises, they're a lot more protective about spoilers than they ever have been before. So like Marvel isn't going to share the details of their script in order to make a game based on the movie because they don't want it leaked. They don't want
Yeah.
people to know ahead of time that the fact that Black Widow ends up getting pregnant with Tony Stark's child. Uh-oh, the game froze. Good.
Tangy Pop said this, and this is interesting. Not interesting, but I'd like to throw it at you. He said the Lego games are great. Do you guys like the Lego
Lego
games?
games are so good. I love the
Yeah.
Lego games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're good, just like silly fun games. Definitely. Those are good ones.
The
I like
the Indiana
100% of
Jones
those
ones
games.
are real good. What'd you say,
Yeah,
Tom?
they are. I like on PlayStation you get 100% like achievement awards
Yeah.
for those games. I would do that with every Lego game just because it was easy.
Yeah, me and my son did the Indiana Jones, all three of the Indiana Jones games, 100%. Just because they're just fun to do.
The
Yeah.
the only flaw with the Lego games, and in a way this isn't a flaw, and some this is actually a plus, is that basically if you've played one of them, you've played all the games. They're all basically the same game. It's just with like a different coat of paint depending on what you like.
Right.
And I guess you could see that as a criticism because they're not, they are what they are. They're all basically the same game. But at the same time, it's also kind of good, right? Because you just pick like the thing that you're most interested. Like I like Harry Potter, so I'm gonna get the Harry Potter ones.
Right.
Like and you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, like the Batman one. Yeah, they
Oh,
mix
yeah,
it up
this one-
enough, but
this
the
one-
Batman one was really good.
This is a good game.
Game is really good. I like how it's just a mix of all of them.
You know what one and I know it's out there. I'm sure it probably works on MAME or something like that.
Fate of
Remember
Atlantis?
the one the Indiana Jones game that was in the arcade? It was like a isometric third person game. He was I think one of the very early levels. He's running around in like some mines or something like that. He's
Oh,
got
yeah,
his
yeah.
whip.
They
Whipping
made that for
some-
Nintendo too, I think.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know if I remember that. I'm gonna have to Google that. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
write
I
that
gotta-
down.
Do you remember? This is really old. If you guys like LucasArts games, you remember the LucasArts desktop adventure games?
I do
Oh,
remember
yeah.
those. Yeah.
They had an Indiana Jones desktop adventures game. It was like stupid easy.
Yeah, the LucasArts for a time they were
They're on top. They're on top of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to making the old school adventure games, which and I know you are too, Tig, big fan of those that style of old adventure.
Oh
games.
yeah. Oh yeah.
That whole era still gets me. Like I've been playing old school computer RPGs lately. Like that's been the gaming that I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I've been going back and forth between two. One is like a widely considered a classic, Planescape Torment,
Mm-hmm.
which I'd played before. But then I'm also playing, and it's actually a modern game, but it's done in the style of those really old ones. Avernum, Escape from the Pit.
Okay.
So there's this game developer called Spiderweb Studios. It's basically just one guy, and for 25, 30 years, this one guy, alone in his house, has been pumping out RPGs like one a year, like for years, and they're like legitimately good. If you like that old school, like very, very, very old school
Right.
style of, like there's nothing modern about them whatsoever. They're but they're really good. Like they're really good if you like that, exploring a big map and like tons of equipment and stats to deal with and all that kind of stuff. And it's just one guy who pumps them out. He's like check them out, Spiderweb Studios. They have like multiple series of games. Yeah, write it down. And they're real good. And yeah, SRV. There, Planescape Torment is absolutely terrific. I haven't revisited it in a long time, and I've been sitting on the enhanced edition since it came out, and finally, like a week or so ago, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to finally play the enhanced Planescape because they were great. All those Infinity Engine games, fantastic. Icewind Dale and the Baldur's Gate games.
Oh god, I can't.
also
Did you guys switch? Because I've been playing the remakes of the Baldur's Gate games that came out for Switch.
Oh God, yeah.
It just
No, I don't have a Switch. How is
so
it on
long.
the Switch?
it's perfect. It's
Yeah.
the perfect portable game.
Is it 1 and 2 together, or
Yeah, it's 1 and 2, and
Oh,
then
good.
they'll separate. And what's the other one that's not with Icewind Dale? I forgot the other one, but they're all like separate.
Yeah, Icewind Dale comes with Planescape, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's Icewind Dale, Planescape, and then Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. So
Yeah, and the Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 also comes with Tales of the Sword Coast and Throne of Ball, so you get
Yeah.
the complete thing. And does it also have that recent one that bridges between 1 and 2? I can't remember the name of it now. Sword
Oh.
of something, Siege of Dungeon Spear. That's it. Is that part of it too?
think so. Not that I got up to. If it
Or
is.
Siege of Dragon Spear. I'm sorry, Siege of Dragon Spear. Yeah, for any Baldur's Gate fans out there who aren't familiar with this, a couple of years ago, an actual official new Baldur's Gate game came out that bridges the gap between 1 and 2. It picks up where 1 leaves off, and then brings you up to 1. Officially licensed, made in like the old original engine and stuff like that, and it's pretty solid. SRV, I did play Tides of Numenera, and I gave up after maybe 8 hours. It was boring me to tears. I don't know why, but yeah, it was boring me to tears. I am excited for Baldur's Gate 3 though, definitely.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be terrific.
When I was at PAX East this past 2 months ago, they were doing the first live showing of the Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay, and the director was there playing the game, and it was so buggy, and it was hilarious because it was so unscripted, because it was like an alpha build of the game, and he must have glitched out like 6 times where he's supposed to hit the first group of monsters, and he couldn't do it. He's like, well, there should be, he had like a 99% chance to hit, and he rolled a 1, and it was just like, and he kept on rolling 1s. He's like, okay, something's wrong with the coding here, because I'm rolling 1s constantly.
Hey Tom.
Yo.
Caballero wants to know what this is, what platform this was on.
This is Super Nintendo.
Okay.
I gotta say the sound quality on that music is outstanding.
I love it.
Yeah.
That they did a really good job with the score.
That's it.
Good.
Okay.
That is good stuff.
I like the tuck and roll he does.
Yeah, that's I had to figure out how to do that, because I have to get past that little underground area I don't know how to do.
This game doesn't move that bad.
That's actually pretty good. I'm dead. Whatever.
The graphics are good. I'm impressed.
Let's go.
Should I keep trying this one, or should I try another one?
Yeah, mix it up. You could do another one.
All right.
Okay, so for you old school RPG fans, this is the I'm gonna put it in the chat. This is the studio that I was talking about earlier.
Oh boy.
So check that, like, go check them out if you like that really old school style of game. And the nice thing about them, they do everything legit old school. They have full free playable demos where you can get like a huge chunk of the game. Like you'll have like 5-10 hours of game to play just in the demo alone.
Huh.
So you can try them out, for free. Because remember when demos were a thing?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that with Xbox. Remember you used to be able to demo the games on Xbox before you bought
Yeah.
them?
No.
Yeah.
Why'd you take that? I mean, I know why they took the feature away, but that was a great thing to have.
Oh, definitely.
The best demoing thing they ever did was PC Gamer with their Coconut Monkey demo CDs. It would have.
Oh God, they were so good.
I had a collection of those. They were so good.
It's funny you say. I was just about to say I had a very large collection of them, like because I subscribed for years, and when I sold off a bunch of my stuff some years back in the Great Purge, I actually got good money for them.
Oh really?
The only disc I saved, and it's actually up here somewhere.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna go look for it.
I think
the only disc
I think they're on my side of the thing.
That could be it, because I think I think I brought this out during the
Yeah, because they
show
were. I
before.
think they were on that side. The last time I was there, they were all over on that side of the desk. The last time I remember, they might be underneath or on the shelves at this point.
Yeah, who the hell knows? Well, anyway, it had like, I don't know, which was like a whole bunch of full length free games, like actual commercial games that were at the time, like classics
Hmm.
for that. I think it had like the full version of like Daggerfall, you know, the second Elder Scrolls game. I think like Civilization 2 was on there. There was a bunch of stuff. And this was before, you know, it was easy to get classic games. So
Damien said Xbox Magazine had demo discs.
yeah, same way. Yeah, PlayStation Magazine did too as well.
Game's so bad.
SRV said he has a bunch of Spiderweb games, but he hasn't gotten to them yet.
Yeah, I've by the time it took me a while to finally get around to playing them, but by the time I did, like I had already bought them in Steam sales and Humble Bundle sales and stuff like that, like multiple times. So I own more than I've played. I haven't gotten to all of them. But
Thank God for Humble Bundle.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so many times I would see them pop up, and I knew I would like them if I ever got to them. So I bought them,
Yeah.
sort of sight unseen, knowing that one day I would play them and I would enjoy them. And yeah, right now, like I said, I'm playing Escape from the Pit right now, and I'm loving it. It's really good.
I didn't even see. What is this? Is this a Contra game? What am I watching?
Stargate.
Stargate.
Oh, Stargate.
Oh, Craig just dropped name dropped a real good one. The Pool of Radiance, those gold box games.
I love Pool of Radiance.
Oh man, those things, they were classics.
Alright, is the game over? I can't get through this gate. What the hell's going on?
I really liked this movie when it came out.
Craig, you probably know this already, but just in case you don't, with now you can get, people have made add-ons for those gold box games like Pool of Radiance, where it'll add in like auto mapping features and stuff like that. So like it puts some quality of life improvements directly into the game. I think one of the other things the add-ons or the mods will do is because you remember you had the journal, you had to check the journal. It would say like go read this page or whatever. Like those are like integrated right into the game, stuff like that. Pretty cool what people have done. This game doesn't seem very Stargate-ish.
No, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's like that desert scene from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Kurt Russell right here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
guess
there
it's
we go,
supposed to be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. When I think Stargate, I don't think a running around shooting thing.
No.
This was one of those movies. I remember seeing this and loving it, but then never going back to it again. Like I've never sat and watched it ever again, but I loved it when it first came out.
Yeah, I watched it a few times when it first came out, but in all the years since, I've never
Yeah, it's
had
like
the urge to like see it again.
it was a cool idea, and I know a lot of people love the show. I hear a lot of the show is obviously probably better than the movie. I don't know how much it has to do with the movie, the show.
Yeah, I don't know.
The idea.
Tangy Pop, that's good news if demos are starting to come back and if they're popping up on Steam, because especially with PC, up until recently when I got a new gaming PC, most of the time I'm playing on like budget computers, so the lack of demos was always frustrating because you don't want to buy a PC game without knowing whether or not it can run. It's not like a console where you buy an Xbox game, it's going to run, it's going to run on the Xbox. With PC, you're never quite sure.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
So I sort of relied on demos to make sure that the games would run. There was a cliffhanger game?
There's one thing I've learned tonight, is that 99% of these games suck. And they're terrible. I have no attention span for these games at all.
This movie...
I can't believe that was a game.
This movie had the best beginning ever.
With the...
When she dies.
Didn't Ace Ventura 2...
Yeah. Ace Ventura made fun of it.
With a raccoon or something.
Oh, the raccoon, yeah. The raccoon.
How did they make this a game? I don't even understand. What could this pop... I don't even remember what this movie's about.
Is that not like a climbing game or something?
Yeah, that's what... Like, did they just climb mountains?
Look at Sylvester Stallone. Look at those muscles.
Craig, if I can dig up links to some of what I'm talking about, I'll get them. I'll send them Tig's way so he can tweet them out for you or something like that.
What am I doing?
What the hell?
I'll remind you.
Okay, because I was gonna write it down.
Well, yeah, you can still write it down. Some gold box games for Craig.
Okay.
You remind me that I'll remember what that's all.
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's his wife Damien that dies or something, or his girlfriend or something in the beginning.
Yeah, I think his girlfriend.
Drops her while they're trying to get
Her glove
across the
slips off,
boss.
right?
Huh?
Doesn't her glove slip off or something when she's
Yeah,
holding
she's like
on?
falling. Don't let go. Don't let
It's
go.
terrible cliche. Terrible cliche. Oh,
Caballero.
Tom,
Oh,
Tom,
go ahead.
but another thing about that Wonder Draft, Tom, it's got built-in overlays that you can put on there. So like, let's say after you make your map, boom, you can drop like a hex grid on top of it
Oh, really?
and stuff like that. So if you just want to like have your beautiful drawn map for like your book or something like that, you can do that. And then if you decide to use that world in gaming, you can like boom, drop the hex map and you're all set. Or like a graph paper style, grid map or whatever.
Tom, Caballero wants to congratulate you on your great choice of games tonight. Indie,
Is he
Stargate,
joking?
and
They're
Cliffhanger.
terrible.
I think there's some sarcasm in there.
What prompted the whole like movie theme anyway?
I don't know. We
Takes sense
just
to do it.
a couple days
It's
ago
all
or a
Tim's
week ago, we
fault.
just talked about what would be funny to play. Something. And this
This is
popped up.
torture.
We thought it would spark some movie conversation, about them. But these are so bad, the movies aren't even worth talking about.
Well, that's just it too. I mean, it's not universally true, but a lot of times the games that they're making, their movies that they're making games out of are
They're
just
usually
kind of like,
bad.
yeah, they're either bad or they're just mindless action movies. That might be fun to watch, but there's nothing really to talk about. Like, what are you gonna talk about with this shit?
As he falls down again and again. You're gonna turn this game is terrible.
The title screen is awesome though.
Yeah, the title screen is cool, but that's pretty much.
What are you gonna do? That's,
All right,
that's
we'll play this one because someone mentioned it.
Oh Christ.
Victor presents. So probably Super Empire Strikes Back. I'm gonna guess.
Nah, it's the first one.
Super Star Wars.
There you go.
These games were great,
Yeah.
but they were impossible.
Yeah, oh, they were super hard, but they were really good.
Like the Ninja Master pops into the chat. Hey guys, you're playing Cliffhanger?
Question mark?
Over the Top? That would have been a game. I wonder if they imagine having an over the top game.
Wait.
Oh, do you remember? Like, I
Is
feel
there a
like
game
there
for
must have been
Over
a
the
game for that.
There had to have been.
Arm wrestling game?
Now's the time to make an over-the-top game because you could make it VR.
Yeah.
So you can have a VR arm wrestling game.
You have to turn your switch on, you turn your hat backwards.
Wait. Now that I think about it, there was like a gimmicky arm wrestling game in the arcades. There was like a thing.
Oh yeah. It was like an actual arm, and you had to try to like pull it down. I do remember that.
So there's got to be, they had to have like licensed Over the Top at some point, right? And put a label on that.
The Dark Samurai said that there is an Over the Top game.
That does not surprise me.
Oh, is there really?
I don't know. I'm gonna Google it.
I want to download it now.
What is this?
The red coloring on the crawl text is terrible.
I don't know.
But look at that.
Was there really a game for it? I can't find it.
Blockade Runner. Get down there, little droid friends. So little droid friends are heading down onto Tatooine. Now we're in the Dune Sea, and here's Luke. Luke is just going off to go to Tashi Station to get some power converters, but he's got to
being
fight all
attacked by
these
scorpions.
He's got to fight all these freaking scorpions on the way there.
These are scorpions.
The desert is a dangerous place. I mean, you think
I guess
you think
Tatooine
these
had
moist?
scorpions, I don't know.
They might just be moisture farmers, but they live a hardcore life.
Maybe.
And this is Luke without the Force.
Yeah, seriously.
I mean, the thing is, he used to target Womp Rats with his T-16 back home.
That is true. So he's a good shot.
That's right. Uh-oh, look at that! It's the mother of all scorpions. Oh, it gave birth. That's disgusting. Yeah, these games were really tough.
The music was good in these games, though.
Yeah, they look good too. They were. It's.
They're womp rats right there.
Yeah, actually, graphically it holds up pretty well.
Yeah.
There's some nice parallax scrolling going on.
This should have been an arcade. Was this an arcade game too, or no?
Not as far as I
I
remember.
don't think so.
It should have been.
Katie Universe said she loves this game. I would have to agree. I like that the
I think I always died in the second level where you have to do the dune speeder.
Yeah.
And you have to get past it because you always fall to the pits.
Well, you're gonna have to show us.
Or that might be Return of the Jedi. I don't remember which one it is. There's one where you have to ride a dune the speeder and you just fall into pits all the time.
SRV said, all this map talk remind me of the Forgotten Realms Interactive Atlas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or my fondness for Forgotten Realms was always the book supplements that you would get during like second edition days. And I would get them all even though I never ran Forgotten Realms campaigns. I just really liked the books, and every book always came with a big fold-out, poster-sized, full-color map. I've said many times before that, you know, with the Great Purge, I generally don't regret most of the stuff that I got rid of.
Right.
You know, whatever. It's I don't. But the D&D books I deeply miss. And one of the biggest parts of my collection were those Forgotten Realms books, and I just loved all those big poster-sized maps. They were freaking awesome. I would love to rebuy all that stuff, but I think it's pricey now.
Yeah, I'm sure that you probably have to wait a while now.
Like Monster.
I like that it
Yeah,
tells you names of the monsters at the bottom. I like that the lightsaber is your health bar.
Yeah, right.
It's cool.
I don't think I ever played with the Forgotten Realms Interactive Atlas. I need to look that up. And see, not only, like, I wonder if that's something where I could get, like, a disc image of it or something like that.
Tom, games that you probably didn't even think of that Damien mentioned were the gore games like Elm Street and Friday the 13th.
I was thinking about those to play those, but I actually like those games.
Yeah.
Like, look, I'm gonna die in this first boss.
Nah, come on, you got this.
Wait, don't look at. Oh, I told you.
Ah, for Christ's sake.
The game is so hard.
Can't you just set it to not die?
I can if you guys just want to see me beat it.
Yeah, just we're not interested in your skills.
Or lack thereof.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I have to put a cheat code. Now I have to find a cheat code.
Oh, for heaven's sake! Up, up, down, down.
Nah, I gotta put a Game Genie code in now. Let's see if I can find a Game Genie code for the Super Star Wars.
What you were watching said, use the Force. Clearly, Tom.
No.
I'm glad you could pop in there, Ryan. We're watching Tom give us seizures with his flickering screen. Jesus, God.
All right, I need to find this Forgotten Realms Interactive Atlas. It's got to be available by certain means somewhere online. So I got to find that.
That sounds
because
shady.
looks...
That sounds real shady.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I might have to resort to that. Like SVR just said, SRV just said, it's not cheap anymore.
Are you gonna have to venture? Are you putting on your dark web hat to go venturing?
That's right. Well, I'm not going to do that now while we're online, but sure, like once we get off, because I'm assuming I think we're probably winding down shortly anyway.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for that tonight, definitely. Because that sounds like I would have a lot of fun just clicking through all that.
Sounds up your alley.
Yeah, I swear to God, I spent so much money buying all those damn book supplements and I had dozens of them. It wasn't a complete collection, but it was a lot. It was a good chunk of how many they and I never used them for when I was running D&D campaigns, because I never ran Forgotten Realms campaigns. I generally didn't like take things from them to use in my own campaign. I bought them just because I liked the books and I loved those freaking maps. They were so cool. When you got the original Forgotten Realms set, which was it first came out during the first edition days, it was a cool boxed box set with 2 square-bound softcover books, and then 4 poster-sized maps that you could all that would join together
Man,
to form
how did
a
you
giant
not,
map.
knowing how much you love maps, how did you not at the very least just hold on to those, like just to hang up or something? I'm kind of surprised.
Because if you're gonna sell the book, the map has to come with it.
Right, but I mean,
Yeah.
is it because you sold all of it in bulk, kind of thing?
No, I sold them individually because even at the time, this like I think I was getting like $30 a pop for the books, and I was the Great Purge happened for a reason.
For a reason, exactly.
So yeah, I wasn't selling the stuff just because like I needed
Right.
the money. So yeah, knowing that I could get that kind of money per book, I had to get rid of them.
Right.
But I regret it. No, look at this. This is off the chain.
What is this? What was this on? Super Nintendo?
Nintendo.
I don't remember the second Gremlins game. Gizmo looks adorable though.
I just want to hug him.
The animation on Gizmo is actually really cute.
Yeah.
It's good. This game was a lot of fun, actually.
Like there's a slight wobble to his walk that's really well done.
So is he in the
Stop jumping!
Can't.
Is he in that giant office building, I guess?
Yeah, he's in the mall, or whatever. But yeah, it's an office building like mall, right? In that
Yeah,
movie?
right? It was like an office, but it had like a mall downstairs or something. It was such a weird
Yeah.
setup, that movie.
I think this is the first game I played that I beat the first stage.
Really?
Yeah, every other game I could have beat anything.
Did you rent this?
I owned this as a kid.
Why does this song sound like...
SRV, that's an amazing offer. Thank you so much for that. I very well may take you up on that if I can't find it. Thank you. That's great.
This must have been a late NES game, right?
Yeah.
What does this song sound like? It sounds like another Nintendo game. Ghosts and Goblins or something?
Yeah, it does remind me of something.
He's fighting spiders. What is he shooting?
Bit.
Did I cut... Can you see... Like, is there a top of the screen? I feel like I cut off the screen or something because you can't see it on this.
What?
I'm trying to see if I can... Oh, no, it's just... Wow, it's not playing on the screen, huh? There's no bar or health bars or nothing. It's just a little heart beating in the corner.
Yeah, it's just heart. That's it.
Uh-oh. I think Eric just...
What happened?
Eric just remembered something or decided to go look for something. He just had a thought.
He just left.
he's headed into the back of the attic looking. Let's see what he brought back. Nothing?
You know, we're talking about movie games, and I got up to get something else. I got up to get something for the guitar, and totally forgot. Like this was just sitting there.
Oh yeah, I remember when we found that. That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
Remember how excited you'd get when you get like a floppy disk that was a different color?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Those are few and far between.
Like when you'd get the VHSs that were different colors. That was such a big deal. I was going through my I haven't gone through my DVD. I was like trying to dig out all my DVDs while Tom's playing the game. And I found all these old DVDs I haven't seen in like forever. Like The Last Starfighter.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's the greatest movie.
My God, look at that face. You
Better
look
Off
like
Dead.
my neck.
I forgot I even had Better Off Dead on DVD.
I don't know about them.
Back to School. I must have bought these like back in the day. I think this is actually yours, Eric, because I think you'd let me borrow it.
Well, wait, hold on. Oh yeah, that is yeah, I think that looks familiar.
I feel like
Could
you
be.
gave that to me last time we hung out. Mosquito Coast, which I think I'm gonna watch tonight. that was the first time I saw Harrison Ford and thought he was a dick. War Games, of course.
War Games action.
This
Was
one
there
I
a
haven't
War
watched in a
Games
long
video
time.
game?
This one I think I watched
Yes.
on Plex. The Black Cauldron.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't hold up as good though. I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, I haven't seen that in years. I want to catch up on that. Yeah, Weird Science I haven't seen in forever.
That one, it's still fun to watch, but Big Trouble in
Big Trouble in Little China. That one holds up really well. That's
Yeah,
a lot
that
of
movie
fun.
I
really
like
holds
the
up.
I like the back image is cool with them both on there. They pose in. I never saw that picture of them before. This one I bought because I had memories of it and
This game is starting to drive me up a wall.
give it a tug. This one I bought
Off.
and I forgot about it and I went to watch it after I bought it and it sucked actually. Do you remember
My
My Science Project?
Not at all.
With friggin' Dennis Hopper?
Not at all.
They find this machine and it sends them back in all different times in their school. They fight dinosaurs. This I just watched a couple days ago. It's one of my favorite. The Toy.
The Toy, yeah, I haven't seen that since
That's
I
a
was
great movie. That still holds up. It's funny. And then the last one was Trading Places.
Trading Places.
Classic. But I forgot I had all those. They were like buried in the back of my entertainment center. So I'm gonna have to pop some of those in during this long haul.
I stay out too late. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say.
I like that
Go on too many dates.
Kevin Descent said there's a lot going on tonight. I feel like I'm in
can
an
make them
arcade.
stay.
I want to watch this game,
That's what
but I also
people
want to pay attention to
say.
this conversation.
That's what people say. But I keep cruising. Can't stop, won't stop moving. Like I got this music right. Something right, yeah. Cause the player's gonna play. And haters gonna hate. I'm just gonna shake. Shake it off. Shake it off. Heartbreaker's gonna break. La 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 la. Shake it off.
That was wonderful.
I know.
What were you watching, Ryan? You should one day do do one of your videos on My Science Project. I feel like it's one of those terrible, weird movies that you'd make a good video over.
Oh my god, wait. I was thinking of a song just the other night that I wanna play, and I can't remember what it is.
You had a song in your head that you wanted to play?
Yeah, and it was something a little tacky, but that I think would be fun, and I can't remember now though.
Son of a bitch.
Oh well. Can't remember.
Tom, what
What
was
are you
this
gonna
game
do?
on?
Super Nintendo again.
Oh, okay.
This game used to scare the crap out of me.
Really? Well, I know you're a big
Yeah, look at
dinosaur
this.
fan, right? They just lay down when they get shot.
They just go to sleep.
This game's got pretty good graphics too. I like the little. Did you beat this?
What's that?
Did you beat this game?
No, I had no idea how to get past like the first area.
Oh, okay.
Lying in my bed, I hear the clock ticking. Think of you, caught up in circle confusion. Nothing new. Flashlight,
Cindy
no
Lauper.
flashback, no lights. It's left behind. Suitcase of memories. Time after sometimes you to me. I
Eric, you're
walk
getting some requests.
far ahead. To me, I can't hear what you said. You say go slow,
The background.
fall behind.
The second
It
hand.
had
one.
wise.
If you're lost, you can look.
We'll find me.
Time
Time
after time.
after time.
For the catch, I will be waiting.
Time after time. Meanwhile, I'm blowing up dinosaurs and you're just singing time after time.
My guitar's a little out of tune.
We had some requests by Kevin for you to just play Cherry Pie.
I don't think I could do that.
Where's
In fact, I hate that song.
Sherpa? Ow.
Do not shoot the Gallimimus.
Gala-
Not the Lemus.
Gallimimus.
Gallimimus. Do not shoot the Gallimimus.
She's my cherry pie. Cool drink,
Ah.
so good, make a grown man cry.
Sweet cherry pie.
Yeah. Now I see. I can read the lyrics of the verse, but I don't remember how the verse goes.
Yeah, the verses.
I
You can
Yeah,
just
I
do
could-
you just gotta do the chorus and.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for her. Don't even try, cause you can't ignore her. She's my cherry pie. Cool drink of water, sweet surprise. Tastes so good, make a grown man cry. Sweet, that's wrong. Sweet cherry pie. There you go. I did cherry pie, sort of.
That was
Sort of
pretty
ish.
good. That was good, though.
I was impressed.
Husker Du. Do you have the Husker Du game showing back there? That King Dinosaur mentioned Husker Du.
I don't think King Dinosaur's talking about the game. I think King Dinosaur's talking about the band.
Oh, the band, which I only learned about from us playing Husker Du.
Actually, I think. Wait.
We once made a video playing the game Husker Du, and then Eric turned me on to the band Husker Du.
Hold on a second. Here's it. B minor, I think. I don't wanna know. No, that's a B. Don't wanna know.
Look at that water. Jesus.
Bright.
I need
Yeah,
to get
that's
that B minor bear.
Some weird shit going on.
No, that's not right. It's not right. Don't wanna know if you are lonely. Don't wanna know if you are less than lonely. No, I'm not. Wait, I'm not.
Is that Husker
Not-
Du?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it's a bad version of it, but yes. I'm not. That B minor is not sounding right. Don't know if you are lonely. Don't wanna know if you are less than lonely. Don't wanna know if you.
King Dinosaur said that's an excellent rendition of a shitty, shitty, shitty song. Yeah!
That
Tom's
music
killing
is funky.
dinosaurs. Tom's being killed by dinosaurs.
Next time I want to play games I like.
Play something you like. You don't have to play this shite.
I don't know if I have anything else I like.
Just turn something off. We could just look at your pretty face. You could just talk.
No.
It is 9:54. I am logging at 10.
He is
So-
logging at 10, so put your pretty face on for the last 6 minutes, Tom.
I mean, y'all can keep going. It doesn't bother me if you keep
No,
going.
it's
I'm
fine.
just
10
saying.
o'clock is good. That's an hour and a half. Look at him. He is
Oh my God.
spent.
This is how I
What is-
play games.
What is going on?
I like that Tom was in that position playing games that whole time. Dear God, man.
I was like all the way down. Let me look at this.
Jesus Christ. That was great, though.
No, I'm deleting all these games from my computer.
You will never play them ever again.
I helped my friend Bud purchase one of those Raspberry Pi systems the other day, preloaded
Oh, I love
with
those.
Oh man,
with
I want to get one so bad.
like 10,000 games. it's one of these things. I would love to have one, but I can't justify it to myself because I can and do like set up the emulation stuff on my own, right? So I don't
Yeah.
need to like pay to have it done, but at the same time to just have it all plug and play in a nice little box and to not have to be fussing with like settings and all that crap. And yeah, because like I would have been getting my launch box reset up on the new computer, and some of them some of the emulators I was using for some systems just are like not working well. for
Yeah, that
some reason.
Raspberry Pi is for like ease of use. So you're paying for the ease and not having to worry about anything.
Not having to
But
worry
like,
about
when am I
what-
ever gonna play those 10,000 games? Never.
Well, and that's
yeah.
that's exactly the thing too, right? Like to have a gigantic collection of game ROMs. Really, I mean, you've got it for the novelty and just to say like, oh, I have every NES game.
Right.
But the truth is, there's only like a dozen you ever want to play.
Yeah,
if that.
exactly.
It's like with the Genesis. I mean, I'm a gigantic Genesis fan, and I love the idea that I have every game ever made at my fingertips. But the truth of the matter is, there's only a small handful that I ever would actually want to, like on any basis, like want to go to and play. Like Herzog's Wii, which is amazing, way ahead of its time. Not kidding.
Herzog's Wii. Oh,
Herzog's Wii. It's a real-time strategy game before real-time strategy was a genre. It actually predates Dune, which is Dune. They give Dune credit for being the first RTS game, which is a PC game, but this game actually predates that. And it's pretty wild. You play as this sort of giant mecha that can transform between a like a jet and like a giant robot. And you're on a map, and like you're on one side of the map, and the computer's on the other. Yeah, it's a Genesis game.
Yeah.
And the computer's on the other side of the map. You have a main base, and then you have these satellite bases that you're all fighting for. And you capture the satellite bases by you have to get like 4 infantry troops into each one of these bases. And at your main base or any of the satellite bases that you've captured, you can put build orders into a queue to build like anti-aircraft and tanks and jeeps and all sorts of different vehicles and stuff like that. And the more bases you have, the quicker you're able to build all of these things. So you're like in this race to capture all these satellite bases and make troops, because the ultimate goal is to blow up the main base of the other. And your little jet thing, you only have so much fuel. You have to like hover over one of the bases in order to refuel. So you can't just fly around willy-nilly. You actually have to think about like what trips you're making and where you're dropping units off. You use up more fuel. Like let's say if you just made a tank and you want to drop a tank right next to the enemy's base to start firing at the base. Yeah, that's it. Like it's a pretty intense game, and it's like fast paced, really cool stuff.
Kind of sounds like Red Alert kind of style, sort of. Like Red Alert.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that like Command and Conquer and
Right.
Red Alert and all the RTS games that came out in the years later, they borrowed a lot of ideas from this.
This is bizarre. What the hell? This is so weird.
That's the build queue. So now that's the repair symbol that's up top, though. Or no, I think it's there. You go. Now it's telling you that it's built. So you got to go back to your base and pick it up.
What the hell am I picking up?
But the unit you just made.
What the hell did I make?
Right there.
You hover over it, and then you hit a button and you'll pick it up. I don't remember which button offhand.
I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just fly around. Wait, where am I anyway? Oh, I'm the bottom one. Okay. I see what I gotta do.
Jesus Christ.
And what's great, every map has like the unique geographic features that make it like your strategy has to be different on every single map. Like you can see this one has these deep valleys that cut it all up.
Right.
And
so you can't fly over those.
You can, but your troops can't. Like your troops
Right.
are either down in them or
Right.
up on the cliff faces. There's other maps that are just like a string of islands. There's all there's
Yeah, I would have to like read the instructions on this or something, 'cause I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Fucking hell.
It seems like, yeah, I see what you're saying though. This is a strategy game.
What's all the stuff up top for?
those are like the health bars of the base. Like the E is his fuel.
Right.
Yeah, so what's why E goes down, watch it blow up.
Right, exactly.
Oh, okay. So you can only
The
go
E
so
is his
far.
fuel. The other thing is his armor or whatever. The B is like the base's health. The other B is the enemy base's health.
Oh, I see.
Because like right now while he's doing this, the computer is also
Building.
like it's
Yeah, see the maps. Yeah, the computer's in blue. He already got another base thing.
So,
I don't,
so this is okay. So Red Alert and stuff that really borrowed from this game.
Yeah, I tell you, this game does not get nearly the credit that it deserves. It was super pioneering, like, and it's really intense, and it's still a lot of fun. I go back to this one fairly often because it's actually like legitimately fun. Once you learn the rhythm and the
I have
flow
to know
of
what
how
to
play
do.
it.
I'll probably play this on my own, try to figure out how to play. It looks like fun.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of that one. So, all right, it's 10:01, guys. So let's well, I mean, you can keep going, but I'm gonna call it a night.
No, I think Tom is spent too, and
I gotta find games I like, then I'll play it again.
just to leave it on this, that what were you watching? Ryan said Herzog Zui is okay, but it's no cliffhanger.
No,
I think that's a good way to end it. Tom, everyone was thankful for you playing though. A lot of people in the chat said thank you for, even though
For
those
suffering?
games were terrible, they were glad you were playing them.
Now I want to play something. If they were interested, I might want to like play through games I actually enjoy. They could watch me
Yeah.
play a game for like 3 hours and beat it. So
3 hours.
long games, but like Ninja Turtles is only like an hour. So
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I think next time you should play something you enjoy.
but like remember those times I used to do those marathon streams for
Mhm.
the Child's Play? Like I would play through all the Mario games. The whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
That was fun.
I know how you do it, man. Well, thank you, everybody. I hope you guys I hope we made your Sunday night fun. And
Absolutely. Thanks for everyone for turning out. I especially want to shout out to Damien because I haven't talked to that dude in a while. So I'm glad to see you were on here, Damien. Very cool. As well as like all the regulars. Super awesome. And it was fun having you on, Tom.
Thank you, appreciate it. It's always a fun time being with you guys.
Absolutely. So
go check out that back room just in case you have ghosts before you go to bed.
absolutely.
Good night, everyone.
hope so.
Thank
Bye,
you.
y'all.
Have a good
Good
night.
night, everyone.
Good night.
See you soon.